Hey guys, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today it's stage 40 of the Doom Tower on hard mode. If you guys have been following the series so far, we're basically doing the hard mode boss every single day and the team that I use to beat him. This is the final boss out of the rotation of the 4 available, so it's the Frost Spider coming up. We've already had the Nether Spider, and this is the Void boss. Super cool champion actually, super cool boss. Quite difficult. It's going to be difficult the higher up you get to, you know, near the top of the Doom Tower, but at the moment it's not too bad. Really the only thing you need to know with this boss is you need HP burn 100%, and Krila, is it Krila? No, sorry, Tila, I always get mixed up between the two. This basically the same skin as well. Is an MVP here. She puts on 2 extremely important debuffs, which is Leech and HP burn. Really MVP in this fight. But I'll go ahead and we'll just play through up to the boss, and then I'll explain why I chose these champions. This is stage 40, so it's getting a little bit more difficult, you know. Okay, I'm gonna try and go into the boss fight with as much of my abilities up as possible. So I'm just gonna take over this from auto. You could definitely auto this; it'll work fine. But I want to just go in with my abilities just to show you how to do this fight. I'm not doing a speed team here, obviously, guys. There's guys that have done this fight in, like, you know, 17 seconds. Ethos seems to be the main champion for doing this Doom Tower kind of fights really quickly. Let's just do the enemy max HP here, actually. Get rid of it. Right, so let's get rid of this champion and go into the fight. So here's the Frost Spider. Really cool aesthetics. I like this one a lot. So it spawns with 2 Spiderlings. It's got the passive that's immune to a bunch of stuff effectively, same as a lot of other bosses. Now this is an interesting passive. If you kill this boss without an HP burn debuff on it, it will basically just respawn itself up to 50% HP with both the Spiderlings and start fighting again. So you cannot kill this this boss, unless it's got an HP burn debuff on it. When attacked, it's got a 20% chance of placing freeze debuff on the attacker for 1 turn. I'm trying out Duchess in this one to see if the block debuffs does. I'm pretty sure it does, because it doesn't say it can't be resisted, so I'm sure that will get around that one. Increases the defense and resistance if Sorath is not under an HP burn debuff. So again, you need HP burn. This is a pretty nasty ability. It removes all buffs from enemies, then attacks them. So again, block debuffs should be pretty well. It's sort of high resistance actually you need for that, not block debuffs. I've got pretty high resistance on these champs, so let's see what happens. 100% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn, and it increases to 50 though if the HP burn debuff's up. So again, that's 3 really big reasons to have HP burn up. Also fills turn meter for freezes put on and stuff. In A2, which attacks all enemies and places block buffs, 100% heal reduction. And if the enemies are under freeze, again, so you do not want to get frozen. So you want to keep the HP burns on, and you want to try and resist the freezes here. And it's got an A1, it's another AoE, and places decreased accuracy. The one thing it doesn't tell you here, which is the kind of biggest thing about this fight, is these little Spiderlings. So the Spiderlings ability actually removes all debuffs from Sorath, and then instantly transfers any like decreased defense, or I think it's weaken as well, onto the Spiderlings, and reduces them from like 50% to 25%. So or the smaller version of whatever that is. So that's a massive issue. I was kind of struggling with that to begin with, because in this kit here I read it and it didn't seem there was any way of getting the HP burn debuff off. That's why I had Vizier in here, so I was just always going to have that HP burn up, but it kept getting removed from these guys. So what you want to do is kill the Spiderlings first effectively. Let's have a wee. What I'll do is I'll auto and target the Spiderlings and just see what happens here on auto. So we've been frozen there. But yeah, once you do that, it should be a fairly easy fight, because the enemy max HP should kill this champion fairly quick, because the HP is huge on this spider. Oh, the other thing as well, actually, I meant to mention, not only does the only way to stop the decreased defense transferring from the big spider to the wee spiders is by using leech debuffs. So again, Tila is super strong in this fight, because providing both the HP burn and the leech. And the leech keeps your team alive as well, because this boss doesn't do a ton of damage at this stage, but still can hit pretty hard. So there's the block debuffs up. Look, boom, debuff blocked. That's what you need. So Duchess again, MVP here. And if any of your, Cold Heart or anyone like that, Royal Guard, goes down, at least you can revive them back up and start the healing process. So there we go. We've killed both of them. We've got an HP burn up right now. I'm actually just going to quickly put this on manual for a second, because I don't know what abilities Vizier has up. I was going to use his A2, but I want to use his A1 here. There we go. I've increased the debuff, and I'll hit auto again just now. Wait till he comes back round, then I'll A1 again to try and make sure I've got maybe 4 or 5 ticks on this HP burn, and then that should be fine. See, resisted of all that. That's exactly what we need. Decrease defenses on. Let's put my block debuffs back up. Boom, there we go, Heartseeker. Okay, we got 1 increased D. Could do with an extra one there, really. Let's hit auto again. This is not a speed team, as I said, guys. We're in 5 minutes. Granted, I've been talking a lot. So we've got HP burn is still up. Okay, Vizier is coming up here, so he was going to use his A1 anyway. There we go, we got a couple of ticks. I can pretty much safely put this on auto now, because that enemy max HP will hit. Kreela's doing some damage, and I'm pretty sure the Heartseeker's up next turn anyway. HP burn does take a little bit of damage as well, and there's poisons in there as well. Boom, dead. 2 million damage from the from the Cold Heart there. It was pretty nuts for our last one. So that is the Frost Spider, guys. It's going to get a lot more difficult the next time we come to this champion, this boss I should say, but this team seems pretty solid. I think Tila is going to be the proper MVP for the Frost Spider, because she has sustainability, she's got all the debuffs you need, and she's a really good support champion anyway for sort of this content. I used Tila in my Faction Wars team and she was super strong, so really good champion. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, any sort of champions that you want replaced for this team, leave in the comments and I'll see what I can do. There's loads of options for block debuffs, you could use Mausoleum Mage instead of Duchess here. You could use, there's so many things. You could actually use, Ernest would be quite good instead of Vizier if you want to increase debuffs, but to be honest, you don't really need to increase the debuffs. You could just manual it to make sure that you get Tila's HP burn up before you kill the spider. But make sure you kill those Spiderlings first and you will make this fight a lot easier. And incidentally, I forgot to say when we were fighting that champion, the boss, sorry, if you kill both the spiders, you can actually just turn meter decrease. So you could use a Lysandra or someone just to keep that ticking over to make the fight easier. There's loads of options here, but it's probably one of the easier boss fights, I think, out of the 4. Surprised because it's the Void one as well, but I'm saying that now, it might make it a lot more difficult up the stages. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling on now, so I'm going to end the video. Please like and subscribe, like I said before, and have a great day, guys. Peace.